I'm jamming, yes I can. I don't care what my family say. I'ma dance it out anyway. That's right, because I know my niece is watching. She's talking about, I hope you don't try to dance. You know you can't dance. They hate on me. Just jealous. That's all it is. Just jealous. Good morning. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. How y'all doing? It is, the 19th day of January. Headed towards the end of the month. You know what that means? A lot of people jumping ship. As far as, I promise I'm going to do better this year. I'm going to lose that 2 pounds before the end of whatever it was. Setting of intentions, resolutions, promises, covenants, whatever it is. We're going to talk about that today with our experts. Welcome. It's that day, once a month, middle of the month, every middle of the month and a Wednesday. The 4 experts are here, and today they are here again. I'm so glad y'all are here. Before we get started, let me get some things out of the way. There it is, the bell. When you hear it, it's a reminder. It's an opportunity. Wait for it. It's an opportunity. That's really what it is, to let you know there's some, just like that bell has a ring to it, so does the truth. When I ring that bell, some truth's out there. Back the car up, take it with you, won't you? Welcome to the show. My sidekick, hey girl, watched her movie last week. Not the one with Nicole Kidman, saw that the week before. We watched the home movie one, Lucy and Desi, a home movie on Amazon Prime. It was really good. Or, yeah, somewhere in there. So anyway, Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo's in the house. Drinking one of the 12 bags of coffee Brian gave me for Christmas. I don't even remember what flavor it is, but it's good. Right. So, a little something before I get the experts in. Yay. Thank you, Heart of Hollywood. Yesterday, they released the first little behind the scenes deal from when we were at the shoot last month in December. And then I think next week, they're going to do the whole tour, where we went to all those things out there in Hollywood. And so I just want to give you guys a little tale. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I thought I'd give you a little taste of it. You can find it on all my pages, of course. A little behind the scenes. And they just opened up the next men's international cover model contest. It goes for 1 year, just like the one I was in, although I didn't get in until the last 2 months. It started. So maybe you or your guy or someone wants to get in. There's also a female competition going as we speak. I'll put on the screen, I'll put where you can go and check it out in case you're interested. But here we go. Take a look at this. Oh, Lord. I feel like I'm dreaming. I feel like something's going to wake me up any minute, and I don't want to. So, just really blessed. I feel celebrated in a way that I've never been. This entire experience, not just the photo shoot, but everything you all did for me yesterday, I really could never have anticipated what it was going to do for me, in me, through me, and all around me. I learned so much when we were on Hollywood Boulevard, and like Kim, the girl in the wheelchair, and the way people who just came up and said, "Oh, can I take a picture with you?" It helped me to remember what I've told so many people before, but didn't realize until yesterday no one had ever said it to me. And that was, make sure you always go where you're celebrated. Don't hang around where you're tolerated. There's a huge difference. And last night when I got back to the hotel, I was lying in bed, and all I could think about was when I was like the people across the street from my hotel in the homeless camp and whatnot. And it was so surreal to believe that I'd come so far from that to this. As Heart of Hollywood, it blessed me so much by putting my show on the back of the cover. I thought, what would it be like to be on both at the same time? I'm a person who didn't know my own history for 32 years. And so to have the opportunity at almost 60 years old to write some history, which we all have that opportunity every day, but this was a little different. It was very special. It was very, very special. And I was motivated to do it because I'm a competitive person, but in something like this where you got to remember 15 years ago, I did not have any social media photos. It was just a silhouette. No one had pictures of me unless it was like this. And I had shaved my head, brushed my teeth in the shower for 26 years because I did not like looking at myself. So to go from that to this is incredible. And so I just want to encourage anyone, you know, if you love yourself more every day and believe that you can be anything, and I do mean anything. So these covers, what I love about Heart of Hollywood and the competition, it's not about, you know, coming through some modeling course or, you know, it's not about how you think you look on the outside. It's about how you want to feel or you are feeling about yourself on the inside. And what I learned most about this was how many people in my world really, really love me. And that was better than anything, And I would have never known had I not taken that risk and got myself inside this competition. And I'm so grateful that I did. So I would absolutely encourage any and everyone to enter. You know, there were a lot of people. It didn't miss me. There were 40 some guys when I entered the competition, and almost 70% of them hadn't done anything after they got in. And I couldn't figure that out. But I guess you have to have a reason. You know, it's like this. The reason it worked out so well for me was because when I made the decision, I meant it. And the moment we do things that we mean, they become meaningful somewhere in the universe immediately. And all right, I'm back in. I'm going to get rid of that. So if you want to watch the full 8 minutes, it's on all my pages. But I wanted to get up to that point about the setting of intentions and how when we mean things, whether it's good or not so good, when we mean it, it shows up somewhere in the universe. It truly does. It is the epitome of manifestation. So I want to encourage you guys. We're not here to get on you and go, hey, what the hell? How come you're not doing what you said you were going to do? No, we're here to status check and uplift and pick you back up if you've fallen down, to encourage you to stay up if you're still up, whatever it is. That's why we're here, fulfilling the promise of where two or more of us comes together, wonderful things will happen. So without further ado, it's time to get those experts in here, you guys. Here they come. Good morning, experts.
Happy morning.
Good morning.
Everybody's doing jazz hands. Hi, so nice to see you all. Well, here we are on the other side of the new year, 2022. Let's go around and say hello, say good morning, and just tell us one thing each, if you could, that it's your story and you're sticking to it as far as what you said last month, because we talked about this. What you were planning on, how you're going to hit the ground running, so to speak, after midnight of January 1st. So we're going to, this is a little status check. So let's start with Tracie. She's right up there next to me. Tracie, good morning. How's it going as far as your intentions?
Good morning. It's going good. I set the intention to show up as my best and highest and healthiest version. And it was going really good initially. And then my household got hit with COVID this past weekend. So
it did?
It did.
Yeah. So how are you guys doing now?
We're doing well. If you hear my voice going in and out, that's the reason why. That's the reason why we're doing well. We were doing good at keeping it away from Jordan until yesterday.
And then he got it.
He had a fever.
How old is Jordan?
He's 14.
So that's Tracie's 14-year-old son. So, okay, well, send light, love, and healing energy, you guys, over to Tracie and her household. So all three of you had it, huh?
Yes. Yes.
So y'all quarantined.
Yes.
I hope you stocked up on food and stuff. How do you
Oh,
do
yeah.
that? If you don't, what happens if you need stuff from the store?
You have to go. You have to mask up real good and go.
Just in the parking lot. Go into the grocery store with your order and they bring it out to you. Put it in
Yeah.
your trunk.
You can do that. You can do that as well.
Well,
Mhm.
well, I'm glad you can't. You're not close enough to stop and pop in and see me. Not that I don't love you, but okay. Well, okay. We want that. We're gonna hear more, I'm sure, when it's your turn to tell us what you brought in. There
Yeah.
you. I can't wait to hear this one, y'all. Mr. Tim Chung. Hi, Tim. How are you? Tell everybody how you're doing, and how's your status check as far as intention so far this year, first 3 weeks?
Hello. I am doing wonderful. And so far, I'm sorry, what was that?
Do we have a lag? Because that was kind of a delayed reaction. I thought you were scared to talk.
No, never scared to talk. I think there might be a delayed reaction. I hope not.
Okay. What you got?
Can you guys hear me okay? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've been keeping track of my intentions and moving pretty strong. I've been working a pretty intense work schedule. Laura and I talk about it all the time in my coaching calls. But yeah, I am. My main intention is to produce for myself. I've been working, connecting with so many people, and I've been just every early morning to every late nighttime, I've been just working on things with myself and the people close around me where I'm celebrated. So it's been wonderful.
Oh, pick that up from the. Okay, good for you. Let's go straight down, Jaime Laine, badass.
Hey. Hello, everyone. So for me this year, one of the things I wanted to focus on was remove things that that wasn't a resource for me or not sustainable. So, which allows me to add more things and get more clarity on things that I do need and that are important in my life to be sustainable and healthy.
Okay, awesome. Last but not least, Oracle of Apollo, how are you? Happy.
Hola. I'm doing good. I'm using my phone because my camera's not working, so I hope everybody can hear me. Okay, so basically what I'm working on right now is kind of like Tim. I'm doing some really late nights too. I went to bed at 6 this morning. So yeah, I'm doing late nights. I'm on kind of like the opposite schedule right now because you have to find time to divide between clients and yourself. And right now, this is the season for me to really pour into myself. So I'm pouring away.
Okay. I'm playing around with some new stuff they got here on StreamYard, y'all. So don't pay no mind.
I feel like Brady Bunch right now. Like,
no, here's the story
of a lovely lady.
Oh. Okay. So let's talk about I got something I want us to hit before we get into your individual segments, if we could. First of all, good morning to all you great-looking people out there. Bernadette, how are you? Brandy, Ross McCreary. Hi, Ross. Shima Stroud. The Shima Stroud. Hi, Shima. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Jeanette Ramos, Sherry McQueen, and all the rest of you. I see some people, I don't know, it just says Facebook users. It means you're somewhere out there. So happy you're all joining us. So listen, we're going to take a look at another little clip that I want you guys to talk about as a group after you've seen it. And it kind of talks about what we do and how important it is that we start our days off correctly. According to what we're going to see here, starting how you start your days off consistently not only affect those days, those weeks, those months, but in many cases, our entire life, or lives. So let's take a look at this.
The most important time is the time you give to yourself. And the most important time to do that is the first thing in the morning. If you jump out of bed late, rushed, stressed, and in your head, that is what you are pre-paving for the rest of your day.
I like that.
And in the case of most people, the rest of your life. More rush, more stress, less living the quality of life you deserve. The key is to get up early enough to allow yourself some time alone. Time to get clear about how you want to feel this day. Time for intention. Time to get in the energy space of gratitude. Time for meditation. It's about pre-paving what you want for this day in your life. Setting a clear intention and energy so you attract those things into your experience. Set the intention for what you want out of the day ahead and get grateful in advance. This will make sure that you are an energy match to it, and it will soon be in your experience as you are setting the intention for it to be so. Just go on a rampage of gratitude, of intention and appreciation. It might go something like this. I am grateful today for every moment of calm, every moment of peace, every moment of real connection. I am grateful for amazing conversations.
Amen.
Grateful for every laugh and smile today. I am grateful for every moment of happiness, especially when I can give that moment to someone else. I am grateful for every hug, every kiss, every moment of real love. I am grateful for every moment of true presence, when I really feel connected to everyone and everything around me.
All righty. That is where we're going to stop the. Wasn't that nice?
Yes.
I know, but here's the deal. So many of us will watch those types of videos. I talk from time to time, if you have a Goldcast video, there's a like an alumni thing with all the people that have Goldcast videos, and we talk to each other sometimes. And one of the common themes that I see coming up, and it's incredible because these are people with viral videos of motivation, and they still struggle. Many say staying on top of a grounding, something they do. They all say it. But then when we admit it, raise your hand. How many days did you drop the ball this week? So let's talk about that. First of all, I'm going to go around the group. Tell me what time, we're talking Monday through Friday because weekends, everybody likes to sleep in every now and then. So what is your usual time that you try to hit the floor and get up? Tracie, what's your rising?
Now it's 5. I actually set the intention at the end of last year to get up at 5. It used to be 6, but I wasn't spending enough time doing exactly what that video was talking about. So I set the intention last year.
And what time do you lay it down?
It depends. But
you don't have a set bedtime?
I don't have a set bedtime, no.
So what's the latest you'll find yourself occasionally staying up?
1 a.m.
And still trying to get up at 5?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The alarm goes off at 5, so I don't have a choice.
Well, you can't hit snooze and go back to sleep now. Quit playing.
No, I don't do that.
You don't do that?
Once I'm up, I'm up.
Wish I could say that. Good morning, Dano. Weekly Dose of Dano in the house. Let's go! Okay.
Yes.
Tim. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mr. Tim.
Yeah. I wish I could listen to my alarm, but that usually does not happen. But when it comes to waking up during the winter months, I shoot for 7 o'clock, and my plan is always to rise with the sun. So 7 a.m. is the time.
Okay. Jaime, what about you?
Between 7:30 and 8.
Oh, 7:30 and 8 a.m. Okay. Oracle?
Well, I'm on reverse schedule. So I'm like second shift, third shift. I'm going to bed like 5 and 6. I'm waking up at 11. Or I'm waking up at 10 if I have a lot to do that day.
So when you wake up at 10 or 11, do you still have a routine that grounds the waking time that's in front of you?
Yeah, because it's a seasonal time that I wake up. So when spring hits, I will be up at the crack of dawn because that's how I flow. But wintertime, this is how I flow, and I'm very creative at night. So I have to intake, and I have to create, and I have to meditate during this time. And 2 hours is plenty of time before I see any clients to do my meditation, do my affirmations, do my journaling, eat food, and settle myself in and prime myself emotionally with the mind and heart coherence, so that way I can be of service in the day.
Okay, got it. Listen, you guys, before we get into the individual segments today, in the chat, you'll see at the very top, it's in there like 5 pages, but I did it, and it came to me from actually my mailman. Sent it to me. And we're friends, and Lou sent this to me. You'll see it. This link here is actually through the United States Postal Service, where you can, all you got to do is put in your name and address, and they're going to deliver you a free COVID test kit. Has four tests inside of it, completely free, 1 per household. So there it is. Nice to have those on hand. Ain't that right, Tracie?
Absolutely.
Nice to have those on hand, because we forget sometimes that there are other, the flu, in my case, a couple weeks ago, cellulitis or whatever. And when you start feeling things, first thing, oh Lord Jesus, I got the Omicron. And we don't want to live with a spirit of fear. We want to live in a spirit of expectation, which means I expect that I can handle whatever comes my way. Can I get an amen? Okay. So that's in the link. The link is inside for you guys to get over and do that if you so choose. And I'll have it run across the bottom like that before the broadcast today. Now, there's something that I found, and I just want to show a little bit of it real quick. Tracie, I think you might be in trouble as far as your fitness idea for your company and all that. And because I found a fitness program that I might sign up for because it kind of fits. Take a look at this.
2 minutes, 14 seconds. A new personal best. Nice job, Alyssa. My name is Mike Franklin, and I'm the founder of Scared Shitless Fitness, the world-renowned fitness regime that's fueled by fear. While other gyms focus on hard work and dedication to see results, our fear-based model guarantees that even the laziest sack of shit will get a full cardio workout before sunrise. To sign up, just tell us who you fear, and we'll handle the rest. Scared Shitless exploits your fight-or-flight mechanism, forcing fear-induced shit out of your system, shedding unneeded weight while allowing for a faster getaway. I got the inspiration from my stepdad, who used to chase me around the house with a knife. My therapist said I was traumatized, but my body mass index begs to differ. From our fully featured costume workshop to our professional out-of-work actors, we can turn any nightmare into a reality. Childhood trauma, homeless people, police brutality. If it scares you, we can turn it into a workout.
On the ground, now! What? Hands below the waist! Push-up position! Down! Up! Down! Elbows in. Very good. Up, down, up, down. Beautiful. Up.
Unfortunately, being black in America means facing systemic racism daily, but it also means burning twice the amount of calories because of the racism. Have I been sued 14 times? Sure I have. But do my clients get the results they want? Absolutely. And it's not only fear for ourselves that drives us. We can target your most prized attachments for a cardio workout second to none.
I thought they took you in the van.
Oh, it's all good, Kathy. We hire lookalike children for all our kidnappings.
You're sick.
Hey, your stamina is really improving. I'll see you at some unspecified time next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
And for our clients who are into group workouts, our corporate plan is great for any office. Nothing's
Funny.
That is horrible.
So if they had that clown, I could lose all my weight in one afternoon because I can't stand. I'm scared to death of clown. I can't stand.
Oh man, he's clever.
Anybody else scared of clowns?
Oh.
Anybody here don't care for clowns?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see that.
They're creepy.
Yeah, the hair.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh man.
Oh, so anyway, we're gonna get started with what we've got to talk about here today, and we're gonna kick things off with, well, you'll find out here in just a second, because if you're the one left on the screen, you'll know it's you. Uh-oh, who's it gonna be? Oh, who's it gonna be?
Oh, it's going to be me starting off. Awesome. This is great. Well, thank you for having me, guys. It's great to be back on. I know within the new year, we have so many new things happening. And something I wanted to really share with you all is something I've been working within my clients. I've been showing up also with my associates and the people that I work with. And it has to do a lot with mindset, and even with fear, like what we've been talking about. With that, even with that video, it was really funny. I've never seen that before, and I've seen a lot of videos in my time. And what has been consistently showing up within people's mindset, what I've been seeing is that since we were kids, we were consistently shown things to not do, or what we should do. And it consistently builds a fear of sticking out and fear of like doing things differently. And what I've noticed within that is that people get caught into a belief that they can't do things and embarrass themselves, or they can't do things that are different. And in a season of us trying to create new changes in our lives, we're almost working against ourselves, especially in the new year. And now that we're a few weeks in, a lot of us are kind of starting to feel that. So I got some tips for you guys to try to counteract it, a few perspectives that you can actually shift within the way you view it to try to overcome it as well. So with what we are kind of taught through society, we grow up, and when we do feel like we are sticking out and kind of we are failing in a sense, something that we automatically love to do as a response is find an excuse. Because what excuse actually does for ourselves is it takes the responsibility of what happened off our plate to help us feel better in the moment. But long term, if we keep on using excuses, nothing really changes. It ends up bringing us back to what we're always doing, back to where we're always at. And we're wondering another year later, man, I'm putting the same goals I want to do last year, and I'm kind of confused. I'm like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lauren,
Tim, let me ask you something, because you're a mindset coach. So, a lot of people, we have interchangeable words that take us or get us off the hook, if you will. So, you're saying excuses. I wrote it down, but a lot of people will slide that one out and slide reasons. What's the difference? How do we identify an excuse as opposed to a justifiable reason?
Right. And where it's interesting, because excuses themselves are just very similar to reasons. And as much as we can say there are some very valid excuses, or there's a reason why something happened, there's two different types of perspective we can have. One that gets whatever we need to get done, no matter what, versus one that's always going to look for that reason and cause and turn it into an excuse. So to answer your question, Lauren, I believe a reason is just what caused for whatever to happen. Whereas an excuse, the difference with that is that allowing that reason to become the thing that lets us actually off the hook for it, rather than a learning experience.
Well, it doesn't even let us off. We jump off. I'll say what I do to differentiate the two in my world, because it's something else up in here. Let me tell you something. You want to visit here, but I don't think you want to move in, Seriously. So, how I check that is I know that if it's a legitimate reason, it usually comes with a backup plan. Well, I can't right now because of, but I can do this instead until. But when it's an excuse, it's one and done. I ain't got time. I'm too tired. And that's another way I can find excuses in my world, because they usually start with the prelude of it's too much right now. I'm too tired right now. Anything that is not inclusive with TOO is because you've moved that word from the very end where it should be to somewhere where it's convenient for you to get off the hook as an excuse. So that's just how I feel about it. So Tim, what would you recommend for people who can admit to themselves, I am the excuse king / queen, and I want to change that? How do we get out of that bag of tricks?
Yeah. There are a lot of different things we can do with that, and I think the most number one thing is, of course, accountability. Because if you have someone else clearly seeing, also hearing what these excuses are, I don't even think your accountability person has to say anything. When we say and speak out loud these different things we try to use to have us jump off from that responsibility, we realize, man, like I'm not going to the gym because I'm tired because I didn't get enough sleep. But then if I went to the gym, I'd have more energy.
Right.
There's so many things that come up, and having a source of accountability is that where we get to actually put everything on the board, show everything right in front of us, so we can see exactly like what the actual pieces are.
Yeah.
And it shows you what the reality is versus whatever perception or story we can make up about it. And then the second big thing we can also do too is to turn every failure or every excuse, per se, or reason, into a critical learning experience. It's feedback is data for us to understand what the reason is. And then rather than jumping off with an excuse and being like, oh, it's not my fault, we take it as our own personal responsibility, our radical responsibility to step up and be like, okay, let's analyze this. Let's see what kind of habits that I'm creating that is causing me to not achieve my goals, and how can I find out what I'm missing to make sure it happens.
I agree.
Right then and there, it turns into progress.
Right. And I know another thing too, if I'm honest, when I'm honest completely with myself, or as much as I can be in the moment, if I've gotten out of something because it was just some bullshit, excuses, this and the other, I feel pretty regretful the next day, the next hour, immediately in most cases. And that's another thing that I look to go back and say, you know what, I can't stand that. So I make sure that I am honest with myself about the triggers and the feelings, the emotions, all the things that are connected to my decisions. So I agree. Before we get the next expert in here, Tim, any reading material that you'd like to suggest? If somebody was going to grab a book right now or listen to something that you think could help with this situation to go from what it is to better, any suggestions as far as how to do that?
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was that?
No, anything?
I think I lagged for a second. Oh, yeah. I'd say a really great book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Okay.
And what I love about that with what we're talking about is that it does cover a lot of critical habits that helps take what we take what we learn from our experiences and our failures, and it shows us how to keep going. It shows us how to keep bettering ourselves every single day. And I've memorized this book, so there's a lot in there that you can get for this specific thing.
Sounds great. Looking forward to what you bring next month. We know you're working extremely hard. But what are you averaging now? 60, 70 hours a week right now?
100 hours a week.
100 hours a week. Wow. Okay. Well, you don't look like you're getting gray hair, and you don't look like you're ready to mow down, a group of people because you've lost your mind. So you're doing something right. Thank you so much for all that great content and suggestions. We're going to make sure we do better. We'll check in with you again next month. Now, Tracie, thanks again, Tim. Hang around. We'll be bringing you back in for the conclusion. And Tracie, we know you got to head out early. I think you have something on the table this morning.
Yes.
So what do you have for us today?
I actually am going to shift gears a little bit just because of what's been going on in my household. So because we've been dealing with what we've been dealing with in terms of COVID, I just wanted to talk about doing what you know, energetically, spiritually, and physically. You talked earlier about not living in fear. And I know that this pandemic has put a lot of people in fear. But when you really start to listen to, that which is greater than you, that you always say, Coach Lauren, you really start to understand what it means to really take care of yourself and how you should take care of yourself when these things happen. So I come from a family of and a history where, when things are going on, people get scared pretty much really quickly and right away. But what I had to go back to in my household is I got this. I know how to do this. I know how to take care of us from the physical standpoint. And then I engaged. I spoke to my coach yesterday about how to do it energetically and spiritually. So my coach, Dominique, the Oracle here. So I wanted to just tell people, listen to that which is greater than you. Listen to your intuition. Go with what you know, what you have experience with, what you have knowledge in, what you have, researched. Go with those things and do what it takes to take care of yourself from all of those perspectives, not just the physical, but all of them. Just in my household right now, we were dealing with the physical aspect, but the other things always come up as well. So you need to deal with them all together, but go with what you know. And if you don't know, seek the right help to get the help that you need in terms of taking care of yourself.
Awesome. Let me ask you, when the COVID came creeping around the corner, how did it feel? Did you know, did it feel any different than a regular cold or the flu?
No. And what I always go back to when I have conversations with people on this is it is a virus, right? And we are used to dealing with viruses. I know this is a different situation, but at the same time, if you are preparing your body to fight on a regular basis, if you are taking care of yourself on a regular basis, your body is going to be able to fight a virus. So it didn't feel any different. I had a sore throat. I had chills, which means I had a slight fever, and I was tired. I was fatigued. So that's where it came up for me.
Anything with the taste and smell like we had heard okay.
No, not in my hausehold. None of us had that happen to us. We all were eating fine. We were tasting our food. It was just really more, Jordan got a fever, and Maurice's difference was he was coughing. But other than that, it was more like a cold or flu. So it wasn't much different. So you go with what you know and start to take care of yourself based on that. And I do have protocols that I use in my household that are maybe a little bit different than other people, but it works, and it works for us. Such as cleansing. So, I went right into that. Even my baby, which he had never cleansed before, but now has experienced that. But, I wanted to pull it out. I wanted to pull the virus out. So we're going to continue to do that until it's completely gone.
Mm-hmm. And have you started feeling the rise back up to your normal self? How long did you stay before you were like, okay, here we go. We're on the uprise?
Yeah. So I started experiencing symptoms on Saturday. On Monday, I was working my class out at 6:15 in the morning.
Oh, wow. So just 48 hours.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay. And how you doing on your intentions for the new year? I mean, outside of having to slow down and stop because of the virus.
So I'm actually doing good. I had that misstep. But I'm definitely, my intention is, and like Tim was talking about, those reasons. And I was thinking about what I said earlier about bringing in COVID. I don't want to use even that as an excuse. It's a slowdown, but it's not a reason to stop at all. So it's definitely doing good. That's right.
All right. Well, we know you've got something you got to head off to. So thank you so much for pouring into us this morning. And
Thank you.
we look forward to seeing you again next month. Now, tell everybody, remind you got the new show that
Yes.
just premiered. Tell them when we can watch both of your shows. What day?
Absolutely. So Fem Talk is in the evenings on Tuesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the Whole Living Show is on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So when you're done with Bathrobe Moments, pop on over to the other studio and come on over to the Whole Living Show at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Absolutely. All right, Tracie. Thank you
so
much. Have a great week. We'll see you again next month.
Thank you.
All right. So Tracie is headed out, and we have the Oracle, who is now in. How's it going?
It's going fun. I hope Tracie doesn't mind that I shared this from our session yesterday. But she's talking about remedies, and her great grandmother actually came into her session and gave her a home remedy for her COVID, which I thought was really hilarious and wonderful. So remedies come down the ancestor line as well, not just.
What was the remedy?
Dang, Tracie, is she still there or did she pop off already?
Because I heard you, I stayed. I don't mind at all. So my grandmother used to give us, my great grandmother rather, used to give us hot toddies. So, and if nobody knows what a hot toddy is, right? It was tea.
I didn't know what it was.
Tea, honey, lemon, and alcohol. You put some alcohol in there, and then right, and it wipes those colds and flus away. So when Dominique mentioned that she was getting that, I knew exactly who it was.
Girl,
Yeah.
you better get some of that liquor in you.
Yeah.
Knock it out.
That's right.
Well, at least she didn't say get a big finger full of Vicks.
No.
Make you eat it. Remember how they used to make us do that? That was black. I hate to say it is. It ain't a racist thing, but it's ain't it though? Didn't we do that? Come on and eat some of this Vicks. Oh,
that's awful.
My grandmother used to make us eat mentholatum.
Ooh.
Okay. Right. But hey, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're still alive.
We're still here. Exactly.
We're still here. Amen. Hallelujah.
Exactly.
All right, Tracie, thank you for that home remedy. Soon. Dominique, what do you have?
Okay. So we are I'm in my phone because my camera's not working. And that's because we are in the fantastic Mercury in retrograde. And you've heard me talk about this before because this cycle happens astrologically 4 times a year. And we are now in the first time of it for 2022. Mercury is in Aquarius. So Aquarius planet is Uranus. It's considered the weird planet, but it goes direct today. So that means for the direct, that means all the weird stuff should be slowing down. Maybe not. But as far as Mercury goes, this is the planet of communication. When it goes in retrograde, it appears it's an optical illusion that it starts to spin in reverse. And that's because the planet Earth is actually going faster than Mercury. And the thing about this is that it directly affects the energy of the planet and how you're going to be seeing that over the next few weeks because it concludes February 3rd. So we have till now to February 3rd. So let's give you a few tips to survive this until then. So the next few weeks, we want to make sure that if you are doing anything in regards to communication, contracts, or travel, that we are double checking. So if you have a flight that you have to catch, make sure you are checking that thing 2 or 3 or 4 times. Be extra diligent in your communications. Don't let the retrograde brain fog get you, because this is a time where these ideas and not like small ideas, I mean large ideas, but small ideas and superficial ones. So things that are physical. Don't let it confuse you. Don't allow it to stop you from moving forward, because this is going to feel like it's a time for slowing down. And that's because this is the perfect time to reflect over contracts. If you're signing one, this is not the right time. This is not an auspicious time to start a new contract, because Mercury in retrograde is for things that are short-lived. So if it's something that you just want to do for a very short span of time, that's fine. If it's something that you're looking for the long term, this is not the time to sign up for it. Making sure that you're looking over with a fine-tooth comb. And also, because Mercury is in retrograde, Venus is also in retrograde, Venus being the planet of love. So miscommunications in love can also occur here. So be mindful of your jokes that can be read well through text, or any kind of communications that you're putting through text. Things can be misunderstood very, very easily right now. In addition to that misunderstanding, you're going to be noticing that feelings that are not so beautiful, I'm going to call them misunderstood beauty points. That these misunderstood beauty points may rise up for you. And this can look like a lot of things. Maybe being around, maybe feeling unworthiness, not deserving of kind words, envy, feeling like the glass is half full. And these might be all themes that are rising up at this moment in time, going into this retrograde into Aquarius. But remembering that ultimately it's up to you on how you navigate this, that it's a perfect time to recap. It's a perfect time to look over. It's a perfect time to slow down. It's a perfect time to reflect and clear communication with yourself and with others. So if you are being triggered at this time, don't suppress it. Don't sweep it under the rug. Why am I feeling this way? What limiting self-beliefs are arising in this moment that is triggering this feeling inside of me? And then try to move through that, responding in kindness and in love. This year is very important that we keep filling our cup with love, because this is the year 2022 of equal give and take. Okay, equal. This is not just us burning out until we have nothing else to give. It's equal right now. So that's what I had for that. So we're moving forward, and don't worry if you're planning on buying something electronic. Keep the receipt. That's it. Just have a backup plan is what I want to say until the third for everything we do.
And you guys keep that in mind if you feel like, oh man, I done blew it already. I haven't done any of the shit I said I was going to do. I might as well wait till next year. No, blame it on Mercury. We're talking about blame excuses. Blame it on Mercury retrograde. There, you got our permission. But then that backup plan, get back up. You know, just dust yourself off and get back up. There's still time to get where you want to go. Every day that you have in front of you is an opportunity. Don't blow it. All right, Oracle, thank you so much. We're going to send you out for a minute and bring you know who in. Badass. Unmute yourself if you could for me, Jaime Laine. Hello and welcome. This is your second month with us here. So what you got? What do you want to talk about today? All you.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here. Thank you, Lauren, for the opportunity to be here. So I want us to understand the power of our minds, right? All the experts today are talking about that in their own way. So what I want to talk about is proactively upgrading your life. Hashtag PUYL, pull. We're going to pull ourselves up ourselves. We have the power to do that ourselves. So how do you proactively upgrade your life? How do I do that? You know, a lot of people were talking about excuses and stuff like that. The first thing for me is start with your relationships. And the first one you're going to start with is yourself. Yourself. What kind of relationship do you have with yourself? All right. You know,
what type indeed?
Yeah. You know, are you the type to make excuses? You know, Lauren asked, what are those things that can identify that? And I think all of us in a period of time in our lives were excuse makers and not action takers. So some things for me, like patterns of behavior. And if it is a pattern of behavior, is it something you really want to do? Is it something you really want to invest in? Or are you just doing it because someone else expects that from you? You know, like, so if you can find yourself consistently making excuses or a reason to give someone to not do something, be upfront, cut it out. It's obviously not a resource for you. It's obviously not sustainable for you. And it's not sustainable to do that to the other person, you know? So what kind of relationship do you have with yourself? Do you know yourself? Are you taking inventory of everything, of the week? I can tell you these past couple weeks has been such a whirlwind for me. And I feel like I've been transforming and shedding, which means my draperies of fear, which means getting to know myself. How much am I willing to give up and let go? How much is affecting me? What is not a resource for me? What is not sustainable? You know what I realized? When I had migraines for 2 days and then 5 days of, you know, flu and sickness or whatever, I hadn't been saying my mantras consistently. I hadn't been following my morning routine, you know, except for watching Lauren. I was like, oh, gotta go watch Lauren this morning. Gotta go watch Bathrobe Moments. What about my?
Oh, quick, girl.
But what about my mantras and my time and stuff like that? So, you know what? I needed to step back. Basic human needs. Lauren actually reminded me of that. I want is what my brain needed. Now, you know what my brain needs? I need my 6 basic human needs. I'm going to fulfill. I'm going to fulfill the relationship with myself that I deserve. I'm going to proactively upgrade my life all the time. All right. So we're going to pull ourselves up. So how do you do that? Somebody mentioned intuition in a different way. I promise you, I already had it written down. Intuitive living. If you're hungry, go eat. If you're working and you want a break, go take a break. You do not have to wait to say, oh man, I really want to take a break, but I can't take a break until 30 minutes go by. And no, stop that nonsense. Those are social constructs. Those are things that we've been told all our lives that we have to do. If you want to go take a break, go take a break. If you cannot even focus on the project that you have in front of you and you thought you could and you need to pivot and change directions, then do it. Go paint a picture. Go relax. Don't know how to self-meditate but want to learn? Go research something. When I'm feeling flustered, I go research something that's exciting for me. I want to learn, right? So for me, that's relaxing. That's therapeutic. Or for me, it's going out in the sun, right? It's a relationship with myself. So PUYL, proactively upgrade your life. Pull yourself up and start with the relationship with yourself.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good. I see the oracle clapping back there. Tim Chung, the mindset coach. Mr. Tim Chung was like this in the camera. So yes, thank you. Jaime, Laine, that is some good stuff right there. Wouldn't you agree, a team of experts, what Jaime was talking about? What would you get from that? Let's hear from both of you. Oracle, you go first since Mr. Tim Chung is muted.
I appreciate that she's using that in the intuitive living, #intuitive living. I appreciate that because it's very important to honor the natural cycles and rhythms of your life. Kind of like it could be just as easy for someone to hear me go out of context. Oh, you wake up at 11 o'clock, but girl, did you know that I went to bed at 6 and I didn't start working till 3 and that I actually meditated for 4 hours after that?
Okay.
Because that's what I needed to fill my own cup, to stay balanced. So yeah, stay in harmony, stay in balance. This is the year for it. You earned it. You deserve it.
Right. I agree. Tim, what about you? What say you?
Yeah. Jaime, a lot of amazing stuff. My favorite thing was the relationship with yourself. Because who is the most important in our own lives? Who? In our own lives, it's us. Yeah. And if we don't love ourselves, or even get to know ourselves, how in the world do we get in a relationship with anyone else? So everything that you said goes so well together. And yeah, the thing that stuck out for me was that relationship with the self. And I am looking forward to continue to work on it because I love the crap out of myself.
Okay,
don't love the crap out of yourself too hard.
I want to ask this question before we get out of here today. So we can pour into Mr. Tim Chung before he gets out of here. Because I'm a little concerned with Tim working 100 hours a week. Yep. Anybody else got any feelings about that? Or okay, Jaime, okay, both of you, go ahead. I'll give you a minute each.
Tim, when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, what does he think he's accomplishing? What are you truly? I want you to ask yourself these things. Talk about relationship with yourself. Are you producing? Is everything you're doing in 100 hours, is it truly a resource for you? Is it something that is serving another thing? What can you eliminate? There has got to be something in 100 hours because, Tim, that is not sustainable. That is not sustainable. Where's all the room for your self-love and to paint a picture when you want to, or dance naked in the sunshine? You know, where's time for that? Where's time for Tim?
That's a great point. That's a great point.
That is a great point.
Because if we're gonna cut something off, it's usually ourselves.
Right. Yep. And that is not cool, dude, because you cannot do that. So look at your 100 hours. Seriously, look at that. And you need to eliminate.
What about picking 2 hours out of that, taking if it's a little bite? I'm going to take it down to 98 or 95 and find those 5 hours that I can pour into myself. Maybe start like that, right? That's my idea. Oracle, what about you? What you got for Mr. Tim Chung?
You know, I think this is a good time, Tim, to do a reflection exercise and see why we're trying to overachieve. Are we trying to compensate for perceived deficiency? And if not, are we making sure that we have time for spontaneity, love, and joy? And is everything you do as you're putting energy and action towards it, is it coming from a place of love or a place of fear? I feel like this is just a reflection.
Love-based decisions, Tim.
Definitely.
Love-based decisions.
Say love-based decisions. Oh, that's a great
love-based.
Love-based. So, Tim, any rebut?
Yeah. Thank you, guys, and that's also important. And I love to give myself a lot of love and a lot of time for a lot of different things. And I've always been a high achiever, and I love to reflect as well. And within this 100 hours, it's very purposeful. I have a massive heart and fire within me, and it has been to pour into myself with the way I do work. Because rather than work, I actually just think of it's just what I do for my purpose, and it's actually just flowing within my life. I get to fit in my time with the significant other, the family, the friends, the fun, the play, the sleep. That's something I do not let myself not get, because my health always is a part of me and runs everything. And I think at a performance space, with the small chunks you were mentioning, Lauren, that's very key. And with this season of just living my purpose, it was very purposeful, where I was required to put in those hours. And I'm actually starting to exit out of it. So I wasn't here last month, and last month I was putting in around 115 or 120, and then it was starting to cut into my sleep, and I'm like, needs to start chunking down. So I'm down to 100, and next week it actually looks like 90-ish. But it's been really impactful, because it has been a place from serving with my heart, because I'm working with around 25 people right now, and I'm loving the crap out of them too, as much as myself. And it's been really beautiful what I've been able to create, and it feels great to be able to step more back and start chunking it down. But don't worry, guys, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm still feeling really good.
We love you.
My
You
health
seem
is,
aware that,
yeah,
all right, good.
I
If you
know.
love it and you're nourishing your DNA and your mind, then all right, all right.
That's right. Well, listen, everybody.
So it's flowing. It's flowing. It's gonna come down soon.
Yeah, time has flown by, so we got to get out of here. But before we go, I just wanted to thank all of you. Thank you, experts, and Tracie, who had to head out. I'm actually about to get on a call with 20 students in Nigeria here in a minute. I'm excited about it. I just saw the thing that they're sitting in there waiting, so I'm going to have to go. Listen, I want you guys to come back again next month and pour in like you always do. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much. And listen, you all out there, listen, tomorrow, do yourself a favor. Make sure you show up. I've got one of the most brilliant men in the world, and that's not a joke. That's a fact. Dr. Alan Bernard is going to be here, and he's the founder of a great company that is all techie, right? But he has an app that is helping everyone from Fortune 500 and Fortune 100 companies and their lead executives, all the way to people like Vanilla Ice, who use this app to work their way through things they otherwise could not for whatever reason. Wait until you see. It is absolutely brilliant. And I couldn't believe that he was so willing to come on the show tomorrow. So you don't want to miss that. I will meet you, God willing, out front on the front porch at 8 a.m. sharp. That Central Standard Time, where together we will fulfill that promise that when we come together with the same mindset, heart set, wonderful things will happen. I'll see you tomorrow out front for the next episode of Bathrobe Moments. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks again, experts.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Be the blessing.
Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. of mine.